Right. So we're going to do our yoga-y thing, but let's get this computer screen in the right place. We're going to use the Swiss ball a bit for a loosen up. Okay, so start sitting in the middle of your ball. Just you can just bounce on it a little bit, just to find the middle, find the balance position. Bounce side to side a bit. And then get that movement smaller and smaller, and then glide it backwards and glide it forwards. So while we're doing this, you've all got back issues. I want you to focus on your head being lifting up really tall. So we're lifting up really tall, and we can focus on straightness. So let's put our fingers on the top of our hip bone, and let's just check, are our knees level, are our feet level, as we push forwards and backwards. You can put your fingertips on your thigh. Do you feel like you're coming do your middle fingers feel like they're coming straight towards your hip? Are you skewing it sideways? So align yourself. So you have the ability to put your body in the position you want it in. Then you can look down your breastbone, and you can see down the breastbone, you can see, is that in line with my crutch? No. Okay, so let's line that up and keep that in the center. So as I pull my hips forwards and backwards, are they wiggling off slightly one side? So make them come straight through your breastbone. Is your chin above your breastbone, above your tummy, above your crutch? Is my nose above my left leg a bit more than my right leg? In which case, I need to get my head across a bit. Have I got even weight going into my feet as I'm moving the ball forwards and backwards? Okay, stop in the middle there, and now go side to side. So now the focus is my hip going directly sideways, or is it going a bit forwards? Is it going directly sideways each way? So I can look down and I can say, okay, is the edge of the ball going the same distance from each of my calf muscles? Am I gliding it straight? Okay, stop there. Now we can do a circle. So the circle's just limbering up. So big circle. Is that circle smooth? Am I doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 around my clock face? Or am I pushing more out in one place than the other? Go around the other way. Good, so we really loosen that back up. So now we're going to do the lying over the ball. I'm going to do the leg stretching. So give yourself space. Walk the ball away from you with your feet, laying back onto the top of it, and pull yourself forwards. Keep the bum level, keep the bum touching the ball, and then you can rest your head on it once your head is your body is lower than your head, and then you can straighten your legs a bit, keeping the head in touch with the ball. So as you straighten your legs, you take your head down the back. So keeping the head in contact with the ball keeps the neck being supported. And then you can just bend and straighten those knees. Just let the body stretch over it, let the front of your body stretch. And then you can take your arms out into a scarecrow position. And slowly pulling yourself forwards and backwards, reach those fingers away from each other. Feel the stretch down through your arms, through your chest. If that is hard on your shoulder, bend your elbows and put your fingertips on your shoulder so that you're getting the stretch in the chest, but you're not straining from the weight of your arms. Now just stop in the middle there and try to pull those shoulder blades down towards your waist a bit. Pull those shoulders down. Okay, pushing yourself a little bit with your legs up and down. And then take both hands together and push them straight up to the sky. So you're holding one hand in the other. And then take both hands over your head and you'll feel more stretch in your tummy. So I'm wanting the stretch in the tummy as opposed to straining the shoulder. If you can, take your arms straight over your head and push them over to the floor. That's great. If that's sore on the shoulder, just keep control of the inside end of your arm. So as we take our hands all over the place, we need to control that inside end, the end that's attached to the shoulder. Keep it in the socket, put it down and back. Okay, take both hands straight up to the sky again. Bend your elbows, put them on your tummy. And if you want to bend your knees, your bottom goes to the floor, and now put your hands behind your head. You can lift your head up to vertical. And then as you walk your feet towards the ball, you sit yourself up on the ball. So once you get to vertical with your head and chest, you can put your hands on the ball, and then you can help yourself up. Yeah. So we're sitting on the top. So let's just loosen that lower back up a little bit again. And then just come to rest. Okay, let's stand up. We can all do a bit with the ball to start with. So standing up tall, have the ball in front of you, standing towards the end of the mat with the ball kind of in the middle, this third. So I've got my hands on it. So I'm just going to go down into a kind of down dog, a tabletop position. So I'm going to bend forward, roll the ball away, let those arms go out. So I'm in a 90 degree, my legs are straightish, tailbones up in the air. So I've got my elbows resting on the ball. And I'm just going to arch my back up, pushing that back to the sky, eyes come to the knees. And I'm going to sink the back down and take my eyes above my hands. Good, really pushing that sink down, spread those buttocks, try to push that hip bone to your thighs. Arch the back up again. And sinking down again. I've got my feet a bit wider than hip distance apart, eyes are up. Open that chest, squeeze those shoulder blades together. And arching up, tucking the tailbone under. And then sinking down again. Eyes come up. Good, so I've got my knees a bit soft, my elbows are a bit bent. So you can push your arms away and have your arms straight if your shoulder's happy with that. Put your arms really straight, but when you push your hands away, don't throw the inside end out of the shoulder joint. So keep those shoulder blades pulled down and back. Good, okay, in that position. So now, bend your elbows and put your head on the ball and just roll the ball a bit forward. So we go forward onto keeping the weight on the heels. Keeping the weight on the heels and stretching the back of those hamstrings. Good, breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Putting the ball back a bit so we get our weight on our feet again. And then taking the ball to the side of the mat, standing up again. So Sandra, in that bend forward, make sure that you've got your neutral spine. So I've taken the ball to the side. I'm going to step my left foot forward and sit on the edge of the ball. And we can do a bit the warrior stretch. So sitting on the edge of the ball, roll those shoulders back, tuck that pubic bone forward. Feel the stretch in the front of the thigh here. Rolling the ball forward, feeling the stretch here. Now pull that knee forward towards the front foot and feel the tension in the front of this leg. Breathing in. On the out breath, release that tension. Take this right arm up in the air. Push it up high and push the body up through that hip. Pushing the hand up to the sky. Reaching, reaching, reaching. Bringing that arm all the way down. Swivel ourselves around. And let's stretch on the other side of the hip. pulling the back knee forwards. Feeling the tension in the front of this leg. Taking this left arm up into the air. Release that tension, push that arm up and feel the stretch in the front of that leg. Reaching, reaching, reaching. Breathing in and breathing out. Release with that arm. Turn yourself to the front. So I'm on the front edge of my ball, feet are hip distance, sorry, feet are wide and feet are parallel. Take your body forward onto the floor. Weight on the knuckles or on the hands, my feet are parallel. Taking my chest down between my hands or over the top of my hands and bending that pelvis so it's horizontal to the ground, opening that chest up. Breathing in and out. Hands are just straight down from my chest. Breathing in and out. Bend the right knee and feel the stretch inside the left leg. And then bend the left knee and feel the stretch inside the right leg. Put those legs straight. And then walk those hands back, walk those feet in. And we're going to hop up off the ball and grab the roller. Lie down on the floor. So, sitting on the floor, pop the roller behind your, just behind your lower back. And we're just going to lay back over it. Bend those knees up, take hold of your head if you need, and just move that roller up and down the back. Rolling it up and down slowly, opening that chest. So because we've loosened it on the ball a bit, it makes it easier on the roller. You can take your hands behind your head. Good, and then stop it in the middle of your back, rest your head on the floor. Take your hands straight up to the sky and then bring them over to the floor above your head. So again, with a sore shoulder, just take your hands as far as you, I think we don't want to take our hands all the way to the floor. So you can bend your elbows. So if your shoulders are right, take your arms straight over your head and touch the ground. If it's not, keep your elbows bent. Or even put your hands next to your ears and just move those elbows and see if you can just get a bit more stretch in the front of the body. Or you can even cross your arms. Hold on to both arms so that they've got some guidance. Lengthen those legs out and feel the stretch in the front of the body. If that's sore on the shoulder, keep the elbows down by the chest. Okie doke. Lifting yourself up again off the roller. We're going to roll. We're going to just, lifting yourself up. We're just going to roll on the left hand side. Rolling up and down on that left. Good. And then going over onto the right hand side. So good. You can keep hold of those arms across your chest. Your shoulders are sore, if not, you can just open them out a bit. Okay. Bring yourself up to sitting, and we're going to sit on top of the roller. Sit on top of it, and we're just going to roll in that glute. So we're going to give the legs a little bit of a roll. Roll in that glute. I'm in the left glute. Rocking backwards and forwards. And then I'm going to roll over onto the right hand side. Moving through, feeling the areas of tension. Rocking around a bit, forwards and back. And then legs out straight. I'm going to pull myself all the way through the whole length of those hamstrings. I'm going to do 3 of them. And then I'm going to slowly roll over onto the outside of the left leg. Slowly rolling onto my side. So take about 3 rolls to get right on the edge of that leg. And then I'm going to roll over onto my front. So try to do it fluidly, so you're like rolling pastry out. You get all of the pastry covered with the roller, not just the corners and the edges. And then go all the way onto your front. And then all the way onto the other side. And then all the way onto the edge of that leg. And then round onto the back of it. Good. Okay, pop your bum on the floor and then slide the roller down to your calves. So just at the edge of the bottom, my knees are bent, it's at my Achilles, and then I'm going to straighten my legs and roll down and up on those calf muscles. Turn those feet out. Turn those feet in. You have to kind of move the roller a little bit. Good. And then let's get rid of the roller off the mat. And then let's come over onto all fours again. Okay, so hands are under my shoulders. So I'm going to arch my back up, sink my back down. Arch my back up, sink my back down. Arch my back up, sink my back down. So Roz, I want you to get your ball in front of you. The others, turn your toes over. Turn your toes, put the balls of your feet into the floor. Lift your knees up and come into down dog. So bending the knees are soft. So Roz, you've got your elbows on the ball, head on the ball. Again, so we're in this down dog position, knees are soft. Push that right heel back onto the floor. Push that left heel back onto the floor. Push that right heel back onto the floor. Push that left heel back onto the floor. Push both heels back onto the floor. Tighten the tummy, bring that pelvis down towards your thighs. Pushing that pelvis down towards the thighs. So we're stretching, those of you, your hands on the floor, stretching your armpits. Really trying to push your chest down towards your toes. So same thing, you can rest on the head on the ball so that you're not stretching the armpits and you're really trying to get the pelvis down towards the thighs. Right heel, left heel, right heel, left heel. Okay, those of you in down dog, you're going to step forwards into the warrior position. So Roz, you can move your ball and you can come down into this position. So you can rest your hands, you can rest on the ball if you want. Yep, and you can even bring the ball next to your tummy so that you're not using your shoulder, so it's propping against my rib cage. So the others, that's great. Heel, we got our left foot forward. We got your right foot forward. You got your left foot, Susie. Just shake, no, okay. Okay, I've gone the other way. Right, so I'm going to just change, so I'm the same to you. So right foot's forward. Ooh. So we're resting on the edge of the ball, or you've got your hands on the floor, pushing that left heel away from the front foot, really trying to lower that groin to the floor. Lower that groin to the floor, pull the chest up, pushing it forward over that knee. Drop that back knee to the floor. Okay, pushing ourselves up to vertical. Tightening the tummy and pulling that back knee forward on the floor. So we feel the stretch in the front of that hip. So move the ball forward a little bit, put your other hand on it. Take the left hand all the way up into the sky And push that left hand all the way up. Pushing, pushing, reaching, feel that stretch in the front of this left leg and down the side. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Bring your hands back on the ball or put one hand either side of the front foot. And you're going to glide your bum back. So you can keep your hands on the ball, glide your bum back. So you're just resting here, releasing those shoulders. If your hands are on the floor, just resting on that back leg. Feel the stretch in the front leg, in the back of it. So walk your hands, roll the ball or walk your hands to the left leg. So you feel more the stretch change in the back of the leg. Keeping in that neutral spine, and then walk the hands or the ball back round to your toes of your front leg and feel the stretch in the front of that leg. Good. Bend that front knee. So take your body weight forward. So use the ball. Yeah, use the ball. Take your body weight forward. Bring that back knee off the floor if you can. So pull the ball in. Yeah, perfect. Stretch the groin. Open that chest. Breathing in. Breathing in. So using the ball, stepping forward, or if you've got your hands on the floor, bring both feet next to each other at the front of the mat. Okay, so both feet together. Let the arms just hang. Let the head hang. If you don't want your arms to hang, you can put the ball in front of you and you can just have your arms on the ball so they're supported. If you're happy with them hanging, that's fine. Let your arms hang, let your head be loose. Breathing in and out. Okay, we're going to step the other leg backwards. Good. Stepping the other leg backwards. So again, holding the ball against your chest, so it's against my tummy button, or hand either side of your foot at the front. Pushing that heel away, keeping that leg straight. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. Open that chest, push it forward, drop that back knee to the floor. Turn the toes over, come up onto that back leg. Pushing your crutch forward, down towards the floor, feel the stretch in this front hip. If you want to use the ball for support, that's cool. Take that right arm up into the sky. Imagine you're dragging that back knee forward. Pushing this arm up, and then breathe in. On the out breath, push that hand straight up to the sky, lower the crutch to the ground. Stretching in that hip. Breathing in and out. Okay, release that arm. Put one hand either side of the front foot, or put your hands on the ball. Rest your head on the ball and drop your bum backwards. So it's a hamstring stretch. It doesn't really matter if your feet are on the floor. Hands are on the floor, rather. Walk your fingers or the ball over to the right hand side. Feel the stretch in that left leg. And then walk the ball over, or the hands over to the other side. Feel the stretch down the outside of the leg. One hand either side of the front foot. Turn the back toes over and lift the back knee up. So hold on to your ball again. Tuck that in under your tummy button. Bring that back knee up. Yeah, so you're in this lunge position. And then those of you with hands on the floor, go back into down dog. If you can, put your fingers on this ball and walk your feet backwards so that you're in this down dog position with your elbows on the ball, head on the ball. So roll the ball forward as far as you can so that you're getting a stretch in those hamstrings. Yeah, into the down dog, right knee back, left knee back, right knee back, left knee back. Everybody spread your toes. Go up onto tiptoes. Go up onto tiptoe. Roll onto the outside of your feet. Roll onto the inside of your feet. Spread those toes and put those heels down. Put those heels down. Pushing, pushing, pushing. Stretching. Stretching, stretching, stretching. Okay, put that right leg up behind you into the sky. So if we've got our head on the ball, I think you need to get a bit safer, Ross. So come forward so your chest is on the ball, and you're going to lift that right leg up. Okay. Now bend the knee, push the foot to the sky, and you can roll forward on the ball and open that leg up, or you drop the foot to the floor, knee to the sky in the down dog position. Foot to the floor, over the body, knee to the sky. So you feel the stretch here in the hip flexor, in the psoas. Turn back onto the ball, and you guys swing through into pigeon. So you're going to come into pigeon 2, drop that knee down on the floor, Ross. Move the ball out of the way and bring yourself into the pigeon position. Good, push that. So I've got my right foot towards my left hand, left leg's out straight behind, and I can lower myself down onto the floor. Lowering myself down. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Push that left leg behind you, stretching that groin. Walk those hands towards the front leg, one hand either side of it. Roll those shoulders back and down. And pushing with both knees, let go of your hands on the floor. Put your hands behind you if you can. Open your chest, squeezing with those legs, squeeze with that bum. Pull those shoulder blades together. Lift that chin up. Now just scan your body. Are your hips the same distance off the floor on each side? Release your hands. Put your hand on your hip. Are they level? Try to make them level. Put your hands on the floor. Slide yourself down and forward. Let that hip release. Let the back leg stretch away. Breathing in. On the out breath, walk those hands towards that front leg again. One hand either side of on the leg. Roll the shoulders back and down. Lengthen the chest forward, draw in the tummy, and take your hands off the floor again. Reaching out behind you, opening that chest. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Hands on the floor again, and slide yourself all the way down to flat. All the way down to flat. So we're trying to get the tummy on the floor and the chest on the floor. Arms out straight if you can. If you can't, don't worry. Big breath in, big breath out. And then walk those hands back towards the front leg. Bringing that back toe over, back knee off the floor, go back into down dog. Roz, come onto all fours. Bring your ball back in. And then turn your toes over and come back up onto your down dog on the ball. So reaching, stretching, right heel back, left heel back, right heel back. Left heel back, spread those toes, come up onto both toes. Push down with both heels. So you're trying to lower your chest to the floor, Roz. Trying to take your tummy button to your thighs. Okay, breathing in on the out breath, bring that left foot, pull the ball back into you a little bit. Bring that left foot up off the floor. Yeah, I think you need to lie on it. Exactly. Left foot up off the floor. Bend that knee. And then opening that leg, so I've got my right hand on the ground, I've got my knee in the air, drop the foot behind, feel the stretch in that lower abdominal area. And then you guys swing through into pigeon, and we are going to swing into pigeon 2, removing the ball out of the way. Removing the ball out of the way. Okay, so stretching that right foot back. Looking at your body, is that left leg across the mat? Try not to let the heel suck down towards your pelvis. Are your hips evenly off the floor on each side? Lower down onto your elbows. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Lengthen that head and neck. Okay, walk your hands up towards that front leg. One hand on the foot, one hand on the knee. Roll those shoulders back and down. And again, check down your body. Is your breastbone in line with your tummy button? Are you square? Pull those shoulders back and down. Take those hands off the front leg. Put them behind you. Pushing off those knees into the floor. Pushing, pushing, pushing. Stretching, reaching. Put the hands back on that front leg. Lower yourself back down to the ground. Reaching your body forward and stretching lower. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Okay, walking your hands back to the front leg, one hand on the foot, one hand on the knee. Roll those shoulders back and down. Push those knees into the floor, support your body. Take your hands off the floor, clasping them together, opening that chest, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Push that chin forward, push that back leg backwards. Pushing that back leg backwards. Feel that stretch through that back hip. Feel the tension on those glutes. Release those hands. Bring them back down in front of you and stretch yourself down and flat. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Walk your hands back towards this front leg. Turn the back toe over. Lift the back knee off the floor, and we're going to come back into down dog. So lift the back knee off the floor, pushing up off those toes, arms on the floor. So soften the knees, taking the pelvis down towards those knees, heels are a little bit off the floor, and then push those heels back down into the ground, right leg, left leg, right leg, left leg. Up onto both toes. Down with both heels, stretching and reaching, pushing ourselves away, pushing away. Okay, soften the knees, drop your knees down to the floor, drop your knees down to the floor, arching the back up, take the eyes to the knees, sink the back down, take the eyes up to the sky. Come into neutral, and we're going to glide backwards. Gliding backwards. Gliding backwards. Opening and closing that hip joint. Gliding backwards. Coming up onto all fours, and then going backwards again. Up onto all fours, and then going backwards again. Up onto all fours, turn that left hand over and push that through to thread the needle. Push that through, reaching, reaching, reaching. And then pushing up onto both hands, turning the right hand through, palm up, push that through to thread the needle as well. And then bring that back up. Walking your knees forward towards the front of the mat, you're going to sit down, legs out straight. Legs out straight. So straight if you can, or soften the knees. So Sandra, probably soften your knees. Pull yourself forward onto your front bottom so that you're sitting up tall. Roll the shoulders back and open up that chest. So let's get into a straight neutral spine while sitting. Lift that breastbone up. Think about your ear. Is your ear level with your shoulder? Is it level with your waist? Is it level with your hip bone? Have you got your head forward? Is it in the right place? Bring that chest up high. Twist your, tilt your pelvis so that you're sitting right on your front bottom. The more on the front bottom you sit, the more back your head will be. Try to push those knees down into the floor in this position. Feel the tension in that back, put the hands on the floor behind you, pushing yourself forward a bit more. Pushing yourself forward a bit more, and then release those hands and hold the body there. Hold the body there. Okay, now let the body go. So collapse, roll yourself down to flat. All the way down to flat. Head on the floor behind you. Roll your shoulders into the floor, slide them down. Slide those fingers under your bum. Squeeze your chest and lift it up to the sky. Just let the head tilt as you lift. If you can go onto the top of your head, that's great. If you don't want to go all the way up there, don't worry about it. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Big breath in, open the ribs up. Breathe out, squeeze the shoulders. Breathe in, open the ribs, breathe out, squeeze the shoulders. And then lower yourself down to the floor. Bring that right knee into your body. Bring the left knee into your body. Hug your knees and lift that tailbone up. Bring your nose to your knees. Good. Releasing that back. Roll the shoulders in the floor. Let the left leg go out straight. Pull this right leg over your body. Turn your eyes to the right. Pulling that right leg over. Make sure those shoulders are down and back. Reaching that right arm away, trying to turn that right ear to the floor. Roll yourself back onto your back. Bring your left knee in. Send your right leg away. Pull that left knee over your body. Push your left hand away from you. Breathing in and out. Turning the eyes to the left. Breathing in and out. And then rolling back onto your back and pulling that left knee back into your body. Pull your right knee into your body again. Lift your tailbone off the floor. Imprint your tailbone back on the ground. Let your knees rock away from you, but keep hold of them with your hands and let those knees drop out to the side. Let those knees drop out to the side. So we've just got them apart. Feet are just hanging. Roll the shoulders into the floor, lengthen the head and neck. And pull those knees in towards your hands. Resist them. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Release and let those legs hang. Bring those legs towards your chest more and take hold of your feet. Try to hold the outside edge of your feet. Try to push your tailbone down on the ground. Try to take those feet up into the air in that happy baby pose. Lengthening that spine, pushing the top of the head away from the tailbone, trying to get the small of your back, the lower back, trying to get the waistband of the trousers off the floor. I doubt you'll be able to. Holding onto the outside edge of my feet. I'm pulling my knees in towards the sides of my body. Stretching those hips, breathing in. And breathing out, pull those shoulders down and pull that tailbone into the floor. And release, bending those knees, let go of those feet. Put the feet on the floor, right leg out, left leg out. Take those arms all the way over your head. Reaching your fingers away from your toes. Bring those arms all the way back down by your side. Roll the shoulders into the ground, slide them back, draw in the core. Lift that right leg straight up into the air. Holding that leg there, we're going to swap legs. So clench the bum and bring the left leg up and lower the right leg down. Good. Keeping neutral spine. Breathing in. On the out breath, change legs again. Breathing in. On the out breath, changing legs again. Breathing in. On the out breath, changing legs again. Keeping that torso still. No hunching of the shoulders. And one more. Changing legs again. Good. Take that left leg all the way back down to the floor. Keeping in neutral. Bring those hands up off the ground, pointing to the toes, chin into the toes. Roll yourself all the way up. And reach those toes. Reaching those toes, let that head fall forward. Breathing in and out, soften the knees, pull forward onto your front bottom. Bending at that hip, pull forward onto that front bottom. Sitting yourself up nice and tall. Rolling those shoulders back, bringing the breastbone up high. Bring that right foot in towards your left bum. Take hold of the right knee and pull it to the left shoulder. Turning the body around, looking over the right shoulder. And then release that leg. Pulling the other leg in towards the bum, take hold of the knee, pull it to the opposite shoulder and then turning. And then release. Legs out straight. Roll those hands forward down those thighs. Hold the back of your calves. Pull yourself down. So pulling onto that front bottom. So it's that happy baby pose, closing of that hip joint that we've got to work on. Pulling that down. Lengthening those legs whilst we're leaning forward so we get the hamstring stretch. Heel yourself up in that hamstring stretch, staying on your front bottom, sitting up nice and tall. Roll those shoulders back. Take those arms all the way up to the sky. Palms together. Pushing into the ceiling and reaching away, bringing that chest forward, pushing those knees down. And then bringing your arms out wide. Pop your hands on your thighs and roll your shoulders. That went so quickly.